Alright, today we're going to pick up with where we left off last time, looking at Celtics-Lakers history, the rivalry between these two teams. We left off with the beginning of the Magic Bird era. It's kind of hard, I think, sometimes for people that were born in my generation during the Magic Bird era to really appreciate how much these two particular players did for the league. In the 70s, leading up to this era, attendance at games was kind of down, TV viewership was down, there had been some high-profile news stories of players using drugs. There was just kind of a lot of PR problems for the league. The league was kind of waning in popularity, and it's been said that it would not be an exaggeration to say that Magic and Bird kind of saved the NBA. So Magic and Bird, their story began in college. They played against each other in the 1979 NCAA championship game, which even now, all these decades later, is still the highest rated college championship game of all time as far as TV viewership goes. So there's a lot of anticipation with these two players going into the league. They entered the league the fall of 1979. Magic went to LA, Larry Bird went to Boston. And these two players would essentially dominate the league for the next decade. In 1980, as a rookie, Magic Johnson helped lead the Lakers to a championship. This was their second championship since moving from Minneapolis to LA, and their first since 1972. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was injured for the final game of this series, and Magic Johnson actually started at center, and he won the Finals MVP award as a rookie, which at the time was the youngest player ever to win the Finals MVP award. The following year, Larry Bird helped his team win a title against the Houston Rockets. Cedric Maxwell was the Finals MVP of this championship team. In '82, the Lakers had a rematch against the 76ers, who they'd beaten in 1980. And once again, the Lakers won. And once again, Magic was the Finals MVP. 2 years later, in '84, the long-awaited rematch between Magic and Bird finally happened. This was the Celtics and Lakers' 8th time to meet in the finals. And once again, as had always been the case during the Bill Russell era, the Celtics won. And they pushed that streak of winning to 8-0. This series went to 7 games, and it's a very hard-fought series. The following year, that year, '84, Larry Bird was the regular season MVP as well as the Finals MVP. In '85, there was a rematch between the two teams, and this year the Lakers finally beat the Celtics in Boston. Finally broke the streak, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the Finals MVP that year. The following year, in '86, this is generally regarded by sports historians as the greatest Celtics team of all time, the 1986 Celtics. They defeated the Houston Rockets, who they defeated in '81 a few years earlier, to win their 16th championship. And once again, Larry Bird was named the Finals MVP. In '87, the Lakers and Celtics rematched each other again, and this time the Lakers won again. So now the standing was 8-2, and Magic was named the Finals MVP again. Now, by this point, let me back up a little bit. Earlier in their career, Magic and Bird were not only rivals, they didn't like each other. Magic had tried to befriend Larry, but to no avail. But it was in the mid-'80s that they were cast in a Converse tennis shoe commercial together, and they actually became friends while shooting that commercial, and became close friends. So by the late '80s, as they are continuing to face each other in the finals, they've gone from being bitter enemies to being actually very close friends. After the Lakers win in '87, Bird concedes that Magic is the best player he's ever seen. In '88, the Lakers won a second title back-to-back, defeating the Detroit Pistons. And this was the first time any team had gone back-to-back since the Bill Russell era, when the Celtics won back-to-back in '68 and '69. As the '80s came to a close, both teams kind of fell into decline. Magic Johnson retired in 1991 after being diagnosed with HIV, a few months after his team faced Michael Jordan's Bulls in the finals and were defeated by the Bulls. The following year, in '92, Larry Bird retired after having been plagued with back injuries for several years. Magic briefly returned to the NBA in '96 before retiring for good. But throughout the '90s, both teams were kind of in a state of decline, and it wasn't until the late '90s that the Lakers recruited Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant to kind of help rebuild their team. And the early 2000s, the Lakers once again became one of the most dominant teams in the league. In 2000, 2001, and 2002, the Lakers won 3 in a row. This was the first time the Lakers had won 3 in a row since the 1950s. Each year, Shaquille O'Neal was named the Finals MVP. In 2000, they defeated the Indiana Pacers, coached by Larry Bird. In 2001, they defeated the 76ers, and in 2002, they defeated the New Jersey Nets. After the 2004 season, Shaquille O'Neal was traded to Miami. And 4 years later, in 2008, the Lakers and the Celtics faced each other again in the finals for the first time since the 1980s. The Celtics at this time were led by Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen, the big three. And the Lakers were led primarily by Kobe Bryant, who was out to prove that he could win a title without Shaquille O'Neal by his side. And in the 2008 finals, the Celtics won the series 4-2. Paul Pierce was named the Finals MVP, and this was the Celtics' 17th championship. The following year, the Lakers defeated the Orlando Magic in the finals to win their 15th championship. And then in 2010, the following year, the Lakers and the Celtics had a rematch. This was, to date, their most recent meeting in the finals. And in this particular series, the Lakers won 4-3. It went to 7 games, and Kobe was once again named the Finals MVP. So that's the 12th and most recent meeting between these two teams. And the overall makeup is the Celtics have won 9, the Lakers have won 3. The 2010s were again kind of a decade of rebuilding for both teams. In 2020, the Lakers made it again to the finals, this time led by LeBron James, and they won their 17th championship against the Miami Heat. And then this year, 2024, the Celtics just recently defeated the Dallas Mavericks to win their league best 18th championship. So it's impossible to talk about NBA history without giving a lot of attention to the Lakers and the Celtics, because these two teams have really dominated the league over the years, and have given us some of the best memories in basketball. Thanks for watching.